Hello, I'm Mark Henderson. I'm going to analyze post-war entrepreneur Simon Ramo, an engineer and entrepreneur who helped develop the rocket technology that changed the nature of the Cold War's nuclear face-off and powered the first Americans into space. I was amazed to find that Columbia University's library has an American Entrepreneur Project. For my discussion, I chose one of the 7 entrepreneurs that were accessible online and narrowed down my selection to one post-war entrepreneur based on the list of keywords they had in the archive. I had not heard of Simon Ramo prior to that, but with keywords such as jet propulsion, nuclear weapons, rocketry, and the consolidation of the merger of corporations, I figured this guy not only piqued my interest, but would be perfect for this analysis. So Dr. Simon Ramo was born in Salt Lake City, Utah. He was the son of Jewish immigrants, and he earned his bachelor's degree in electrical engineering at the University of Utah in 1933. He was 20 years old, and 3 years later, he earned dual PhDs from Caltech in physics and electrical engineering. Which he graduated magna cum laude. And I found it interesting that his personal recollections discussed influential physicists such as Robert Millikan, Albert Einstein, Robert Oppenheimer, and Edward Teller. And I'm sure there were plenty more. His obituary said that he advised a string of presidents, legislatures, and cabinet officials on science and technology, was a pioneering force in the aerospace and electronics industries throughout the post-war period, and I think that was quite modest. I read the book review, or I read a book review in The Economist that described a fellow partygoer jibing him soon after Neil Armstrong's moon landing because his aerospace firm TRW, which he was the R in TRW, helped design the lunar landing module. So the quote was, so when the crunch came, Armstrong had to override your faulty computer and land the spacecraft manually. Well, Ramo's technical ability and entrepreneurship is what put that American on the moon, so I think he did a pretty darn good job. Ramo became an entrepreneur when he quit his job working for Howard Hughes at Hughes Aircraft, developing the Falcon missile. And he and a co-worker, Dean Woolridge, left Hughes in 1953, began their own company they called Ramo Wooldridge, which improved semiconductors, working with the Air Force, and then they chose to diversify into computers. In 1959, Ramo Wooldridge merged with their financial backer, Thomson Products, and they formed TRW. Their enterprise grew into an industry giant, at one point employing tens and thousands of workers and 2% of the nation's physicists. TRW was sold to the military contractor Northrop Grumman in 2002 for nearly $8 billion, a deal that Ramo helped broker himself. And Dr. Ramo's New York Times obituary appropriately closed with an epitaph from Wes Bush, who's the chairman of Northrop Grumman. He said, he was America's greatest scientists and business and defense innovators. He was a true aerospace visionary. With that, I say thanks.